Like pivot tachometer. I haven't seen one of these things in like years. So cool to see all this old stuff. Alright guys, so we found a barn find 180SX in Thailand. So this is a ex drift car from what you can see. This hasn't seen a track or road for like I think 12-13 years from what I remember. Look at the livery. It's like so old school. It looks like bloody Need for Speed Underground Spec. It's like an early 2000s car, so when drifting first become a thing here. Look at the kit. It's got a hot rod front bumper. I don't know if it's genuine hot rod, but it looks pretty close to it. It's like a 180 with these vents, so which is called a hot rod. Like a Japanese spec body kit. Some weird looking bonnet. Some these headlights, can't remember if it was Bombex or something. It's like some old school lights. Drop it on the comments if you guys remember the name or the brand. Yeah, not a fan of these fenders. Look at it. It just looks like a bloody four-wheel drive. It's about to go off-road. And someone's, obviously the old owner, cut the rear guards, I'm guessing for wide body, and never got around to it. It's going to be a lot of work. It doesn't run, so it's bought sight unseen. We don't know if it runs or not. Some of the specs I've seen, it looked pretty good, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to buy and figure out the rest of it later. So cars at the workshop, we normally store our cars at, so I brought it over yesterday, got on a tow truck. How's the interior? It's got a full 6-point roll cage, and it's got side intrusion bars, so it's all up to spec for local drift events and D1GP, so it's all up to those requirements that we need. Look at the seats. It's got Recaros, both Recaros. Not sure if these Takata harnesses are genuine or not. It's probably expired by now. But yeah, look at that, like carbon Kevlar. Not sure if it's real, fake, but looks pretty legit. The quality looks pretty good. Most of the stuff in Thailand back in the days was all genuine Japanese stuff. The gauges, look at that. Trust gauges, like genuine gauges. It's all like pivot tachometer. I haven't seen one of these things in like years. So hard to even get a hold of.
Oh, this thing's like a time capsule.
Yeah, so cool. Even it's got not a big fan of hydro handbrakes, but it's got some Japanese brand hydro handbrake too, which is cool. Even the steering wheel, I'm not sure what brand that is. Racer. Oh, looks like a quick release. Oh. Shit. Is it? Battery box. Look at that. How good is that? Proper brackets. Look at this, man. It's like such a good quality, even latches and stuff on there. Someone's actually spent a lot of money on this back in the day. I'm pretty excited. Look at that. I think it's a water sprayer for the radiator and oil cooler. It's like a couple of hoses going to it, so I'm guessing that's the blue hoses. They were in the fender before, so which is pretty cool. I was going to do that anyway, but that's sick. It's got another water spray in there for other cooling duties. What else? Oh, look at this. Look at this brace. Man, these things are so hard to get hold of, even that's if you can find one. Holy shit. This is insane. Even just like a tiny random bracket to hide all the wiring. That's the first casualty. We lost the mirror. I shut the door and the mirror fell off. Whoa. The bonnet still opens. That even came with the bonnet stick. Mate, luxuries, I tell ya. Alright, let's get that in there. Obviously we've got a God's motor, SR20. Can't believe it. It's some of this shit is a bit cringy, like all this hydro dipping stuff. Not a fan of that. But look at the goodies. It's got a truss radiator, genuine truss intercooler, turbo. From what I've been told, it's a Trust T67 or Grady, G-Ready, however you want to say it. Truss exhaust manifold. Not sure what wastegate that is. It looks like either Trust or HKS. Look at that Blitz blow valve. Fucking insane, like proper recirculated. It's sick. It's so cool to see all this old stuff, like still, like when people build cars properly. Even then, back in those days, I just can't believe how expensive that would be. Even from what I've been told, the motor's been built with not sure what internals and all that sort of stuff. It's forged internals. He said CP pistons, but I guess we'll find out later on what's actually in there. Does it run? Does it not run? Look at that. Nismo cap. Looks pretty genuine to me. Genuine. Not sure how good that is. Ooh. There's nothing in there, it's just rust. Ooh. Listen to that. That has not seen water in a decade at least. Look at that. Even the sump. Looks like an old trussed sump on there. With the caps on the side, like there's a couple of fittings down there. Ooh, I see a metal head gasket. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. What else is in there? Any oil in there? Oh, the finest canola oil in there. We'll drop all the fluids, all that sort of stuff. We'll see if it runs after that. Does it crank? Does it start? Don't know. Looks fairly clean in there. No rust on the cam lobes. Not sure if you guys can see in there. There's some rocker stoppers. I might take them off. I'll check underneath the rocker cover, see what the condition of the engine's like anyway. Oh, look at that. It's even got a Nismo fuel pressure regulator, those old school one. For the guys who remember back in the day, this is so nostalgia, so old school. Alright, first up, we're gonna get this car running, check the fluids, engine oil, gearbox oil, all that, and also get onto the fuel pump. So I'm guessing the fuel pump's probably gonna be rusty. The old owner couldn't tell me, well, I think it was just a bit of miscommunication. We didn't know if it ran on E85 or 98. We just had a confusion, so I'll check the fuel. If it's E85, it's going to be really rusty. If it's 98, it's most probably going to be rusty anyway. It hasn't ran for like at least 6-7 years. That doesn't look or smell good. That smells bad. Wow. Look at the state of this fuel pump. Yep, hasn't ran in a while. Actually looks like the old school, what's a Denso pump? R32 GDR pump. So back in those days, Marlboro and all these fuel pumps wasn't a big thing. So people used to use R32, 33 GDR fuel pump. So apparently it still turns over. So let's have a look. Look at the state of the fuel. Oh, that smells disgusting. I wish you can smell that. That smells so bad. Let's put this somewhere. Yeah. That one there? Alright, maybe I'll get the jack. Two, eh? Let's have a look. See if that's a lift pump. Apparently that's a lift pump and there's twin pumps under there, so let's have a look, see if we can find them somewhere under there. Alright, you wouldn't believe what's under this car. So I thought all the fun ended here, all the cool parts ended here. So under here we got a R32 GDR diff, GDR axles, GDR hubs obviously. We got all adjustable arms. Look like some old Japanese spec arms. Toe, camber, traction arms. We got dual calipers. Also, it's got a surge tank under here too, with twin hoses going to it. And look at that. It's like twin pumps under here. With like, looks like dash 8 lines down there. inline pump. So that pump in there, that GDR pump, was just a lift pump. It's called, looks like a Cusco sway bar. Look at further up. Look at that X brace. It's like a whole braces the whole underneath of the car. That's insane. I've never seen that before. That's sick. So looks like a custom made one. It's a cylinder under there. Not sure if it's like a dampening master cylinder, but it's something to do with R32 GDRs. Let me know if you guys know exactly what that is. I'll look more into it, but pretty sure GDRs had them. Also another random goodie. It's got a Tanabe exhaust on there. It's like an old Japanese brand. Not sure if they're still around or not. But I think it's just a muffler, but pretty cool though. Never see them around. I removed this surge tank. Take both these straps off, drop the fuel tank, and send it out to get it all cleaned professionally. Get a new pump, change all these lines, make sure those pumps are okay and working, or if they need replacing. So the fuel tank's out. Look at the state of this thing, so bad. So you can see it's like just rust in there, rusty fuel. Plus like E85 melted all the plastic stuff as it would. We're gonna send it out to be cleaned, flushed, and we'll probably have to do the same thing with the radiator as well. Send that out for cleaning, as well as the cradle, so we'll get that cleaned up. Throw that fuel pump in the bin, get a new fuel pump. It will be a lift pump, so it shouldn't need to be anything too crazy. All right, so this is going to be the next main drift car. So obviously I've been wanting the SR20 S chassis combination in Thailand, which is hard to get a hold of. So yeah, I'm pretty keen to do the whole build in the next 2 months. We've got an event coming up in August. So I want this thing done by then, and running, driving, tuned, all that. So obviously we're still going to have the Cefi. We'll be driving that car too. I love that thing, but just want a simple car with like simple parts, but still a very competitive car. So I'm super keen for that, to put a body kit on there, maybe a new turbo. We'll see. You might downsize the turbo a little bit, and also ECU, maybe a fuel system mods too. There'll be a lot of content coming up in the next couple of months, and also test drives, dyno days, all that sort of stuff too. So yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. I think I said it right, but yeah, thanks for watching guys. Peace.